like to start by saying thank you for coming. Most of you know that this show will be a live radio broadcast.
There are a couple of things we ask of the audience during a live broadcast.
Please craft anything that you brought with you that rings, buzzes, or sings.
Wait a minute. I think things that sing are okay. After all, this is a Christmas musical.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. Let me start over. Please craft anything that you brought with you that rings or buzzes.
We should be ready to start the broadcast in a few minutes. You will know the broadcast is going to begin when you hear us say, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we're on the air. At this point, we ask you to be as quiet as you can be.
Oh, there's one more thing. Whenever you see the sign being held up like this, you clap. Whenever the sign is when the sign is lowered, you stop clapping.
Let's try this once. Remember, when the sign is up, you clap. When the sign is down, you stop.
Everyone ready? You could probably use a little more practice, but we are out of time.
Once again, thank you so much for coming. We will begin our live broadcast in a few short minutes.
Good news. Yeah, we've got good news. Gather round, we're on the air. God's good news is everywhere. Gather round, we're on the air. Come take a seat, this will be sweet. Christmas is on the air. Stay with us for all the
It already is on.
Hey there. We're coming to you live from Studio 7 here in downtown Bethlehem. My name is Lauren.
And I'm Braxton. Boy, what a day. I kind of had a slow drive into work today. How was the traffic for you?
Slower than usual, but I made it to work on time. As most as you know, Bethlehem is blurging at the seams. The census has brought a lot of extra people into town.
That means that traffic will be tight all day. If you have somewhere to be today, be sure to give yourself plenty of time to get there. Let's check in with our traffic reporter to get the latest on the traffic in the town.
Thank you, guys. Traffic has really picked up in the last hour. We have 2 trouble spots for you to be aware of. It is slow and go on both Market Street and Broadway Avenue. And traffic is stopped on Bethlehem Bypass. There was a camel and donkey accident that stopped traffic in both directions. That accident happened about 10 minutes ago. You might want to consider using a different route until that accident is cleared. That's all the traffic for now. I'll send it back to you in the studio.
Thanks for that traffic report. I can't imagine where all these people are going to be staying tonight.
I heard that most of the rooms in Bethlehem are already booked.
Really? If you're listening out there, now's the time to get a room. They're going fast.
Time for a quick check of time and weather. What time do we have?
It's almost time for lunch.
Could you be just a little bit more specific?
Okay, it's 11:45 a.m.
Thank you for that time report. And now here's our weather reporter with the weather forecast for today.
It looks like we have a beautiful day ahead of us. Not a cloud. Not a cloud in the sky. If this holds up, it should be a great night for looking at the stars. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks for that weather report.
Breaking news. We just got a word that a baby has been born in a barn in Bethlehem.
A baby? What can you tell us about this baby?
Nothing yet. But we have a crew on their way to get to the barn right now. We'll keep you updated as we get more information.
While we're waiting, let's take time for some short sports. A brief report on what's been happening in sports. Here's your sports reporter.
Welcome to Short Sports. The Bulldogs beat the Nuggets by a score of 4-2. The game was really close until the captain lost his shoe. That's all for now. Thanks for watching Short Sports.
Thanks for that sport. Thanks for that sports report. And now for an update on the baby that was born in a barn in Bethlehem.
Our news crew is live on the scene. Are you there?
We sure are.
Fill us in. Who are these people and why was their baby born in a barn?
The couple's names are Mary and Joseph. They traveled here all the way from Nazareth. It was a very long trip for Joseph, but it was a very, very long trip for Mary because she was going to have a baby. When they tried to get a room at an inn, this is what they heard.
So they took the only spot they could find, a barn in Bethlehem.
Shortly after they got here, the time came for Mary to have her baby.
Mary gave birth to her son right here in the barn.
She named her baby Jesus. Then she wrapped the baby in cloth and laid him in the manger.
It sounds like a depressed cow.
We have learned that this is no ordinary baby. This baby is the Savior that God promised to send us. That means the birth of this child brings light and hope to the whole world.
I think that this is just the beginning of the special reports we'll be bringing to you about the child of God that was born here today.
I think you're right. That's all the news from us for now. We are live in a barn in Bethlehem, and we're sending it back to you at the studio.
Thanks for that special report. And now for some music. Here's a new song we think you will all enjoy.
Mary sang a song to Jesus, Mary sang. 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 Mary sang a song to Jesus. Mary sang a song to Jesus. Mary sang a song to Jesus. Mary sang a song, and then Joseph came along. Joseph sang a song to Jesus. Joseph sang. 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 Joseph sang a song to Jesus. Joseph sang a song to Jesus. Joseph sang a song to Jesus. Joseph sang a song, and then we all came along. We all sang a song to Jesus. We all sang. We all sang a song to Jesus. We all sang. We all sang a song to Jesus. We all sang. We all sang a song to Jesus. We all sang.
That was Mary Sang, a new release that has been at the top of the charts all week.
Just in, we're getting breaking news that bright lights have been reported over a field outside of Bethlehem. Let's send it out to our reporters in the field.
We're coming to you live
on the edge of the town of Bethlehem. About an hour ago, we saw bright lights over a field just north of town.
It was bright, really, really, really bright.
This light seems to have left static electricity in the air, so we apologize for the technical difficulty and the static you hear during our report.
We drove toward the light, and when we got closer, the light was gone. It was almost as if the light went up into the sky.
It was bright, really, really, really bright.
We checked with some eyewitnesses who were on the scene. They were shepherds who were out in the field taking care of their flock of sheep. This is what the eyewitnesses told us.
It was bright, really, 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 really bright.
The shepherds said that an angel had come to visit them and told them not to be afraid. Then the angel delivered the good news that a Savior had been born in Bethlehem. The next thing I knew, the shepherds were on their way into town, hoping to find a baby wrapped in cloth and lying in a manger. That's the news about the bright lights over the field.
It was bright, really, 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 really bright.
We're sending you back to the studio.
Thanks for another report from the field. Now let's get another update on traffic.
Thank you. Traffic has really slowed down all over town. The only people we saw way off in the distance were some wise men from the east. They said that they had been following a star that was leading them to the Savior. I've been thinking maybe we should forget about the traffic for the rest of the night and keep an eye on that star. Back to you in the studio.
Welcome back to Studio 7 here in downtown Bethlehem. That last song, A Long Way, is dedicated to everybody out there who traveled a long way to get to Bethlehem today.
And now it's time for a brief recap of today's news.
Emperor Caesar Augustus ordered a census to be taken through the Roman emperor, so everyone went to register in their hometown.
Joseph traveled all the way from Nazareth to Bethlehem with Mary. She was promised in marriage to him, and she was going to have a baby.
And while they were in Bethlehem, the time came for her to have her baby. She gave birth to her first son, wrapped him in cloth, and laid him in a manger.
There was no room for them to stay at the inn.
In that part of the country, there were some shepherds who were spending the night in the field, taking care of their flock.
An angel of the Lord appeared to them.
The angel said, "Don't be afraid. I'm here with good news that will bring great joy to all people. Your Savior, Christ the Lord, was born today. You will find the Savior wrapped in a cloth lying in a manger." And then the angel started to sing.
After the angel sang, the shepherds said, "Let's go to Bethlehem and see the Savior."
So they hurried off and found Mary and Joseph, saw the baby lying in the manger.
The shepherds left singing and praising God for everything that they had seen and heard.
And the Bethlehem High School marching band decided to enjoy the celebration too.
The marching band marched through the streets of town, telling everyone about the good news of the birth of Savior.
Come play a song for joy, for Jesus the Savior is born. Play the drum, bum bum, play the trumpet loud and long. Da 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 da. Play the flute, toot toot, play the cymbal strong, loud and strong. Play the drum, bum bum, play the trumpet, da da da. Play the flute, toot toot, play the cymbal strong. Come play a song for joy, for Jesus the Savior is born. Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive its King. Let every heart prepare him room, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven
Now, some time later, the wise men from the east arrived.
They had followed the star until it stopped over the place where Jesus was.
When they saw the child with his mother Mary, they knelt down and worshiped the Christ child.
The wise men gave Jesus their gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
And that's a recap of today's news.
Thanks for that recap of today's news.
It's been great to report on some good news for a change.
God's gift of a Savior is definitely good news for everyone.
So we're asking you to help us get God's news out to the world. Do what you can. To all of our listeners out there, thanks for tuning in today.
And now, from both of us in Studio 7 here in downtown Bethlehem,
Merry Christmas.
Gather round, gather round, gather round, we're on the air. God's good news is everywhere. Gather round, gather round, gather round, we're on the air. Come take a seat, this will be sweet. Christmas is on the air. We are live in Bethlehem, out on the street. Hear the feet. We will bring you breaking news. The Savior's birth is good news for earth. GOODNEWS. Good news. Yeah, we've got good news. Gather round, gather round, gather round, we're on the air. God's good news is everywhere. Gather round, gather round, gather round, we're on the air. Come take a seat, this will be sweet. Christmas is on the air. Stay with us for all the news, weather reports, even sports. Rah, rah, rah. Stars and angels fill the sky, so have no fear. You know God is here. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Gather round, gather round, gather round, we're on the air. God's good news is everywhere. Gather round, gather round, gather round, we're on the air. Come take a seat, this will be sweet. Christmas is on the air. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we're on the air.
I think they deserve another round of applause. I would also like to introduce you to our sound effects, and they too deserve a round of applause. Be seated. Yep, you can go sit. There are goodies for the kids that it looks like they're handing out thanks to the Life and Fellowship group. I would like to thank everyone for coming here today and seeing this great production. And a special thanks to Kari and Savannah. Why don't I see Savannah? I know she's here. Okay. Thank you for all the work and time that you've put into it. And thank you to Casey and Dale and to Taya for all their help in organizing this. This morning, we will be receiving our offering in the entryway. There are plates there for you. And today is a special day. It is Max's birthday, and it's Jan's, but I don't see Jan here. I think we should sing happy birthday to Max. Yes. If someone would like to lead us, that would be great. There are cookies and I think ice cream with sprinkles. And more importantly, there is coffee in the fellowship hall. Everyone is invited to join us for that. And if you would like to watch this great service again, it was live streamed. And so just go to the Sverdrup website and feel free to watch it again. There are all sorts of exciting things happening this week at Sverdrup. I hope that they happen anyway, including on Wednesday. There is a program at 2 o'clock that Welka is hosting, and Habitat for Humanity will be here to share more about the work that they do. And hopefully we'll have council on Tuesday night. And then on Wednesday, there is choir rehearsal. So if you love to sing, we would love to have you join us in the choir at 7. And Christmas Day services, we will have, hopefully, if it's above 0, we will have a 4:30 service outside and a candlelight service at 5:30. That's Christmas Eve. Thank you, Dolores. Yes, and a 5:30 service on Christmas Eve. That's a candlelight one here, and so be sure to join us for that. And with that, it's not too late to order a poinsettia, and so see Elsie Anderson about that. And it's not too late to bring hats and mittens into the mitten tree. And so you can see that in the fellowship hall. And with that, I thank you all for coming and have a great Christmas. Steve is the better one to ask, but I think